How did you even get introduced to this league?
I was just at a point in my life where I was kind of, I ain't gonna say fed up with St. Louis, but I just kind of felt like I hit the ceiling as far as like my personal life. I had my own house, had my own car, and I was just so bored. And I was just like, if the opportunity ever presented itself, I would drop everything to go pursue a career in football. My roommate now, at the time, she already moved to Dallas. She moved to Dallas back in 2018. I just happened to reconnect with her, and she was just like, hey, Texas is looking for linemen. And I was just cracking jokes, but I was like, oh yeah, tell them to get my number. It's cool, whatever. Well, Odessa Jenkins called me and like set up this whole meeting. It was her and her wife, Elizabeth Jenkins. Elizabeth, we call her Dillo. She is the offensive line coach, but they also own the league. So they created the WNFC because they wanted to put women on a professional level in like the top of the top. They was talking to me and stuff, and I was kind of popping my shit. I was like, yeah, I got two championships, and they was just like, oh, okay. So what's stopping you from coming to Texas to try out? And I was just honest. I was like, probably finances. I really don't see a reason to leave because I'm on the championship team. And I was like, okay, well, can you just entertain us? So they actually helped me book a ticket. They made me feel like a professional. I'm gonna be honest with you. They booked the ticket. I came out here, and when I say this was the most organized, and I'm no shade to St. Louis Slam. Like, I feel like we did what the heck we could with what we had. But when I'm talking about everybody had on the same stuff, like it was bids for tryouts. We was actually doing combine stuff. These are some of the biggest women I've ever seen in my life. And I think I'm a large human. They were bigger than me. Damn, these some big women. So go out there. I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? And my homegirl was telling me, like, relax, Tammy, you're going to be fine. Trust me. It was another girl that I played against in the WFA. We whooping her ass on the regular. Came out there, all the women that played for Texas was like, oh, this that one girl, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm hearing the whispers. I'm like, wait, if they amped up about her, oh, I'm gravy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we're good. I'm going to show them something. I couldn't read the room for real. But then we had this thing called the gauntlet drill where you have all the Texas elite players like in two lines right here. They have like the pads and the little stuff. And you have to go through that mud. They're going to hit you. They're going to push you around. Don't fall on the ground. And the first two people that was in that gauntlet drill was my friend Jelani and this other girl named Tori. I didn't know nothing about Tori at the time, but she was a beast. But I did know Jelani. Jelani almost made me not want to play football because I saw her tackle somebody and I was like, oh, fuck that. So I was trying to figure out who I was going to take. But the minute she said, say hit, all of them went out the window. And I just went through that mug and I was like tossing people left to right because I just like lost it. I don't know what was going on. And then everybody started dapping me up. They started being nice to me finally. And I was like, yeah. After the tryouts, I was being real hospitable. And then I went back home and I realized how much fun I had. It was different. I felt like the same thing that I put out in the atmosphere of like, if I was to drop everything, I'd drop everything. Like that was God telling me, okay, let me see. I literally made a decision and I was in Texas in like 60 days.